Hello, welcome back to another episode of Bastions and Basilisks, Monster Edition. This time we're talking about Llorona. I think I pronounced that right. I mean, it's Llorona. I'm basing it on the movie. I'm not knowledgeable. Vengeful spirits, called Lloronas, arise from people who died overcome with the grief and shame that comes with the tragic drowning of a child. In life, a Llorona may have contributed to the child's death or simply lost a child to a horrible accident. In death, a Llorona's pain manifests as a malevolent desire to drown others, imparting the same grief that they share with the person's loved ones. To this end, Lloronas remain alongside riversides and other bodies of water in hopes of drowning their next victim and compelling them to drown themselves. Drawing their next victims and compelling them to drown themselves. I don't know if creatures get breathe underwater in this game, but that would be funny if they're like, "Meh," and you're like, okay, and you're like, when's the drowning happening? Lloronas look much like they did in life, except they wear elegant funeral attire and undeath. Though stories typically describe Lloronas as women, reports from seasoned adventurers including accounts of Lloronas appearing as different genders and with a variety of appearances. So it could be anything. Although I don't like that in the picture it looks like a dude. Like if they're supposed to be, like, they can be other, like, not just humans and not just women, but if they're almost always women, it's kind of weird to have art that's not a woman. Llorona, creature 12, neutral evil, medium, incorporeal, spirit undead. Perception plus 20, dark vision. Language is common, although that would change, I assume, depending on, like, if it was an elf or a dwarf or something. But it doesn't say that, but I would change that. Skills, athletics plus 23, deception plus 25, intimidation plus 23, stealth plus 23, strength minus 5, dexterity plus 7, constitution plus 1, sorry, my nose itches, intelligence plus 2, wisdom plus 2, charisma plus 5, AC 32, fortitude plus 19, reflex plus 23, willpower plus 20. Sorry. Hit points, 165, negative healing, rejuvenation. Immunities, death effects, disease, paralyzed, poison, precision, unconscious. It's going to be fun getting into a game and somebody throws something at me, be like, yes, it's undead, so it's death effects, paralyzed, poison, unconscious. But, like, how do you know that? I know things, okay? Resistances, all damage 10, except force, ghost touch, or positive, double resistance versus non-magical. Rejuvenation. It's when it's like bidet, like rejuvenation. Divine necromancy. When a Llorona is destroyed, they reform after 1d6 days at the site of their death. Resolving the injustice that led to a Llorona's death puts them to rest permanently. Alternatively, successfully performing a consecrate ritual at the spot prevents them from reforming. So in theory, if you just perform consecrations everywhere, just consecrate everything. That's the ideal. I'm going to have to look up that spell after. Fly 60 feet. That's fast. That's a lot. Melee, 1 action, ghostly hand, plus 25, agile, finesse, magical. Damage, 2d6 plus 11, negative, plus funeral touch and grab. Funeral touch. Sounds terrifying already and I haven't even gotten to it. Constrict, 1 action, 2d6 plus 12 negative, DC 31. I assume that's after they've already been grabbed. Funeral touch, also that's not a hit, so you don't get the negative. So if they grab, they can constrict as just an action. Funeral touch, a creature touched by a Llorona must attempt a DC 29, 92 fortitude, you can't pass, just you fail. DC 29 fortitude save. On a failure, the creature becomes drained 1, drained 2 on a critical failure, or increases their drain value by 1, 2 on a critical failure, up to a maximum of drain 4. Every time a creature becomes drained in this way, the Llorona gains 10 temporary hit points for 1 hour. Ghostly Grasp. A Llorona can grapple corporal creatures despite being incorporeal. The Llorona uses their athletics check to grapple as normal, but can't use athletics for other actions that require corporeal contact, like force open or trip. Whale, 2 actions, auditory, concentrate, enchantment, incapacitation, mental, occult. The Llorona unleashes a somber wail. Each living creature within 120 feet must attempt a DC 31 will save. Regardless of its results, the creature is then temporarily immune for 24 hours. I was like, what? Critical success, the creature is unaffected. Success, the creature is stunned 1. Failure, the creature is fascinated with the nearest body of water and compelled to move toward the water and drown itself. If there's no nearby body of water, the creature instead remains still. The creature can attempt another DC 31 will save at the end of each of its turns. On a success, the creature is no longer fascinated. Once the fascinated condition ends, the creature becomes stunned 1. Critical failure. As failure, except the creature receives another will save only at the end of a round in which it's submerged in water. Seriously, just a swim speed. Oh, I forgot ghost stories. Sorry. Ghost stories, not an ability, just one of the side things that I forgot to read. Stories about Lloronas are common in settlements near rivers, lakes, and the sea. These stories are typically aimed at children, intending to keep them from staying out late or venturing near waterways alone. Valid. There's a monster that could come eat you if you don't. I mean, see, it's a lot. In our world, you know, ghost stories are like, okay, alright, okay. But, like, in a fantastical realm, like Pathfinder, where, dragons exist, dwarves exist, elves exist, rat folk exist, like, just be like, don't go there, monster will eat you. It's like, got it, valid. Like, don't stick your head, don't go jump into a water with crocodiles, because they'll eat you. It'd be like, no, they won't. Like, no, they will. I'm not from Florida, so I guess. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Bye.